I'm very glad that we are gathered here today in JNU to protest, to discuss an issue such as hijab, which, in my opinion, is a moment for us to reflect even upon our own university. So before we begin to extend our solidarity to the students of Karnataka, before we say that Karnataka government or the authorities or all of them should take cognizance, we should also take cognizance of the fact that hijab and other symbols of Muslim faith and Muslim students and Muslim women in particular face similar and difficult experiences in universities such as JNU as well, which are seen to be progressive, which are seen to be inclusive, which are seen to be bastions of such liberal ideas. And when we speak of what is happening currently in Karnataka, when we speak of what is happening currently in Udupi, in other districts of Karnataka, we should speak with the cognizance and the awareness that it comes from a long history. It does not come from an overnight event, which is what the state is also trying to portray it as. And the benefit they get in portraying it as that is that they say that these are irrational, unreasonable women who woke up one day and decided to wear a hijab and therefore tried to provoke public order. First of all, Muslim women have been observing their faith and coming to spaces of education, spaces of higher education with that intact. So when the state forces a false choice, when it forces a completely false choice or a false dichotomy, where it forces the hand to say hijab or education, we reject that dichotomy. We reject such imposition. And to the other argument that is being made, that these girls are pawns of some organizations, of some people, of somebody who is more powerful to them. They are doing this to polarize the environment, doing this because of some kind of unknown reasons. I really sincerely call upon these people to again watch the video of not just Muskan yesterday in Mandya district, but also of all the other women, and to say that if you think that a woman who can look, and she looked them in the eye, look those goons in the eye, and walk up so calmly and try to enter her educational space, if you think she is a pawn, then there is clearly something wrong with you. She is not a pawn, and none of us are pawns. Secondly, the question of public order has been brought up time and time again, which is the reasoning that the Karnataka government has used to say that women wearing hijab currently are sort of provoking public order and disrupting it. It is the state's responsibility to maintain public order. Firstly, if you buy in good faith the public order argument, even then, it is the state's responsibility to maintain public order. So when it fails to maintain public order, when it allows Sangi goons to jump around these colleges, threaten Muslim women, then it has failed in maintaining public order, and when it does so, it puts the onus of public order, maintaining tranquility and peace on the shoulders of these Muslim women. It says that you are responsible for disrupting public order. Secondly, the public order argument should not be bought in good conscience, because it has been the reasoning behind controlling many very bare, basic rights of minorities in this country. Wherever there have been, for example, the case of Hadia in Kerala, who had embraced Islam in 2017, 2018, it was said to provoke public order. When there are protests to seek dignity, whether after Babri or whatever that has happened after CA, Shaheen Bagh, it is said to provoke public order. Muslims are not the ones who are disturbing public order. Where is the public? Where is the public sphere for Muslims if Muslims cannot enter it with their dignity intact, with their safety intact, with their hijabs and their beards intact? there is no public sphere, because the public sphere is definitively entitled on having dignity and acceptance of each other. So this is not a public sphere. A public order is to be maintained by Muslims. And what I would like to say is that we must introspect on our own institutions, on our own classrooms, because what we have is a history of ranging from a history of outright Islamophobia to smaller incidents. And you know, the thing is that there are a lot of people who are saying that oh, these girls have gotten up suddenly, right? And they have gotten up, it is not so much as they have gotten up suddenly. It is the fact that they have refused to compromise. The burden of compromise has always been on us. So we compromise, so we get ahead. So many women I have spoken to have told me that back in the 90s when they were studying, in the early 2000s when they were studying, they made these everyday compromises. Somewhere they had to remove their burqa, somewhere they had to take off their hijab, somewhere they had to do something or the other. So many people working in corporate spaces would know that you will not get a place to pray, or you'll have to shave off your beard, so on and so forth. So you compromise and you compromise and you compromise, but at some point you stand up and you say that no more. I have a commitment and I have a submission to my creator, and I will live up to it today. And that is what those girls have done. And instead of questioning them, suspecting them, arguing with them, it is better to stand with them. And if JNU as an institution which somehow prides itself on liberal narratives will sit and analyze their motives, will it sit as many progressive people are doing on social media, then it is better that they stay silent. So unconditionally learn to listen to Muslim women when they say that hands off our hijab, as this poster says. Thank you.